How are you doing, Bismarck?
No problem. I'm fine. I'm fine. Very fine. How are you doing, mom?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And how have you been? I think it's been a long time since we last met. So tell me, how is life and what have you been up to?
Well, life is treating me well, fairly.
Okay.
And when it comes to what I've been up to, I'm just preparing for my upcoming exams, and that's it.
Okay, that's very nice.
What
What
about
exams
you?
do you have? I am actually giving my exams right now. So this is my first semester.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, it's my first semester final exams going on. So I'm just a little occupied with that.
Oh,
So I
amazing.
take fewer sessions. But yeah, what exams do
Oh,
you have?
oh, it's just an assessment, the upcoming assessment.
Okay, all right, that's good.
Yeah.
And have you been preparing well for the exam?
I'm doing my best, mom. I'm trying.
I'm sure you'll do really well in the exam as well. So
Thank you so
all right.
much.
All right, Miss Mark. So today's topic is about um okay, this is a funny topic. I forgot that you existed. Okay. That's
I
that's
forgot.
very sudden, right? Like when suddenly someone tells you, "I forgot you ever existed in my life." It's so sudden, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So
I know,
before
right?
we start talking about this, we've been given two idioms. Okay. So
Okay,
let's
okay,
just talk a little bit about the idioms. Okay. So the first
okay.
idiom is jump on the bandwagon. Okay.
Okay, jump
Have you
on
heard
the
of this?
bandwagon.
Yes. Have you
Of
heard of this
course,
before? Okay, because
of
this is my
course.
first
That's
time
right.
hearing it actually. So what
Oh,
is the
of course.
meaning of this? Yeah.
Bandwagon means following a trend of doing things
Yeah.
because everybody's doing it, like simply following a crowd, appealing to the masses. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And can you okay. So yeah, as I was saying, can you make a sentence? Can hello?
Okay. Yes, I don't know if it is for my side, the network issue.
Okay.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Now it's okay. Now it's okay. Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So in order to become successful, I don't want to be a bandwagon. I want to be an independent thinker, observe things
Mhm.
and make an informed decision. Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's very great. Great sentence, Miss Mark. So let's talk about the topic assigned to us today. Okay. So basically,
Okay.
have you ever forgotten the name of a friend or maybe their birthday?
Oh, well,
So let's
um,
yeah.
mom, things happen
Mm.
in life, and sometimes we tend to lose contact with some of
Mhm.
our friends.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah, maybe due to what do I call it? Migration or movement from one place to the other.
Mhm.
So yeah, I might forget a friends because I have a lot of friends, but
Mhm.
those that are very close to me, I cannot. There's no way I'm going to forget your birthday.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that is the way it works, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes when you move from one place to the other, you forget about people. You don't stay in touch with them, but you still remember that they exist in your life, right?
of course, of course, of course.
Right.
Some of them, sometimes depending on the connection between us.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of things are happening these days at a very fast pace, and so it makes us forget some people.
Mhm.
So unless until we meet again and you are able to remind me of the fact that we have been friends before, and you are like you are this person, and then I'll be able to remember. Oh, you, it's you.
Mhm.
Yeah. So sometimes it does happen.
Hmm. Right, absolutely. So, it happens like but it happens very rarely, right? If a person is very important to you and you're very close to them,
Of
then you
course.
won't forget about them, right? Right.
Absolutely, of course.
Okay, all right. So I'll give you a situation and I'll ask you some questions about that. Okay. So,
Okay.
you are at a public gathering and a stranger
Okay.
walks up to you and yells at you for standing them up. Okay. So they say
Okay.
that they tell you that they are your best friend of 5 years, but you have
Okay.
no memory of them.
Okay.
So, what is the first thing you
All
would
right.
do in this situation?
Okay. So in a scenario like this,
Hmm.
the first thing I'll do is prove it, because if I
Uh-huh.
don't have any memory of you, 5 years is not that much that
Hmm.
I'll be able to, like, I'll forget a friend whom, like, was very close to me. If we were that close, I don't think I'll be able to forget it. So
Hmm.
the first thing I'll do is, what shows that I'm your friend? You know my name. Mention my name. If you know me, like you truly know me,
Hmm.
mention my name, because that is just a claim. You're just
Hmm.
claiming to be my friend. So if indeed you has been, like, we've been friends for the past, in the past,
Hmm.
you should be able to prove to me, prove beyond reasonable doubt that we have been friends.
Hmm.
And with that, yeah, so that's the only thing. You have to provide a substantive evidence to prove to me
Hmm.
that we have been friends. Yeah.
Hmm. Right, absolutely. You will ask for a proof, right? Like a picture or a video or a conversation on chat or something like that,
Absolutely,
right? Right.
absolutely. Because yes, because uh, I may just be a look-alike, because lately, people look alike. I
Hmm.
can look like somebody, and so what if you walk up to me and say we were friends, we've been friends in the past. How come
Hmm.
I've not been reaching out to you and all that? And you later find out that, oh, I'm not the actual person you are looking for. And
Right.
so it will be necessary, it will be important to provide some form of evidence, so I
Hmm.
can ascertain the fact that, oh, we've been friends in the
Hmm.
past.
Absolutely. Yeah, correct, correct. It's difficult to forget someone you've known, right? 5 years is a long time.
Yeah,
So if you've known someone for 5 years, you can't just randomly forget about them, right?
absolutely, of course.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. So I'll give you another question, and this is a bit of a philosophical question, okay? And I want you to think
Okay,
about it and answer the question, okay? So, what are your
okay.
thoughts about this statement? Friends are time consuming and you shouldn't have a lot of friends. What do you think about this statement? Friendships are time consuming and you shouldn't have a lot of friends.
Well, I think it makes sense. It makes sense because
Mhm.
um, friendship is something that really is a mutual kind of attachment that we have with other people, that demand attention. Like, we need to give attention to each other, like learn
Mhm.
from each other, so being
Right.
supportive and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So the fewer friends you have, and it is also
Mhm.
advisable that you have fewer friends who are
Mhm.
quality, like they are
Right.
there for you, they will contribute to the development of your life, or they will
Mhm.
support your dreams and aspirations. And
Mhm.
so having, maybe let's say, having two friends who are very active, and they care for you,
Mhm.
they have your back all the time, like they contribute to the development of your career.
Mhm.
It's better than having 100 friends who are just fake friends, who do not have anything to offer, you.
Mhm.
And I think the friendship thing, it should be something that is should be reciprocal. Like,
Correct.
it's a
Yeah.
give and take. Like, it should be a give and take policy. you do
Mhm.
you do to me, I'll do to you. Yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's my thought on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is a very valid statement to say, right? That friendships, people often assume that you should be in a friendship only because you love and care for that person, which is true. But if if you're not getting that love and care for yourself, then it's not fair,
Yes.
right?
Yes, of
Right.
course, man. It's not
Absolutely.
fair.
Okay. Hmm. So, that being said, can you tell me a little about your closest friend?
Wow, my closest friend. Wow.
Hmm.
Well, I withheld his name, though.
Hmm.
This guy has been so nice to me. Like, there was a time I recall, uh, back in the days,
Hmm.
and then that I got, like, I was bitten by a scorpion. So that day I thought that would be the last day of my life on earth.
Oh my.
Um,
Okay.
yes, so I was afraid. I was really afraid. But this guy, we're working together, and then he rushed. He took me to the hospital, and my life was saved by the nurses and
Hmm.
doctors that day,
Hmm.
because of the poisoners. I was really, because I heard people say that. when snake
Mhm.
bites you, it's
Mhm.
very painful, and the poison can really kill a person. So I was actually afraid, and this guy didn't let me down.
Mhm.
He took care of me. He called a car and then took me to the hospital that day. So I
Mhm.
remain indebted to this guy as long as we live. Yeah,
Mhm. Right, absolutely. You kind of owe him your life, right?
seriously, seriously. Like
Mhm.
he's one good friend. I don't joke around with. Like I don't
Mhm.
joke with him. Seriously,
Mhm.
yeah.
Right. Okay. That's very good. That's very nice. Okay, I'll ask you one last question. Have you heard of this term acquaintance?
Acquaintance, yeah, I've
Hmm.
heard of the term acquaintance.
Okay, what is
It
the meaning of
means
acquaintance?
acquaintance means distance friends, people
Mhm.
whom you have some like you have some form of relationship with, but they are not very close as compared
Mhm.
to real friends. Yeah,
Mhm. Right,
but
absolutely.
they
So,
live very far. They are very far from you. Yeah,
mhm. Right, absolutely right. So acquaintances are um, sometimes they can be colleagues, sometimes they can be people you're working with, sometimes they can be a mutual
yeah,
friend as well. Like, you have a friend and that friend's friend is your acquaintance because you know them, right? So
of course.
do you feel like you have a large number of acquaintances or a large number of friends?
Well, as friends are important,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I have a large number of acquaintance because acquaintances can be people who are very far from us sometimes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, but we are not very close because due to the geographical
Right.
location, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so some they live outside, they live in other countries. We are
Mm-hmm.
friends, maybe internet friends and stuff, and this I can
Right.
call them acquaintances. And so I would
Right.
say that I have more acquaintances than
Mm-hmm.
friends. Friends, yeah, friends are those who are close to me and they are not that much. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. Yes,
Okay. I'm really glad that you said that, I'm okay with that. People often believe that not having a lot of friends shows a sign of loneliness, but that's not true, right?
of course, it's
Yeah.
not true.
It's like if you like your own company, then after a point it doesn't matter if there are lots of people to share it or not, right?
Of course, yes,
Right. Okay.
absolutely.
So, Bismarck, we have another minute left. So, I just want to quickly tell you
Okay,
that you're an excellent speaker and, as always, very confident, very fluent. We can improve a little bit on your sentence structure because I feel like there were a few areas where you were struggling to frame the sentence from top to bottom.
okay,
So, I would
okay,
just sort of focus a little bit on reading, right? So,
okay. All
but
right,
I wanted to try and read loudly. Like when we are reading, we often read in our mind, right? But I don't
okay,
want you to
all
read in
right,
your mind. I want you to read loudly, as if you're talking to somebody. Okay. So
okay,
that is one thing which can help you with your sentence structure. Other than that, I feel like you're an excellent speaker. So if you have any questions for me, I'll take them.
okay. Well, today I don't have any question for you per se. So
All
maybe in
right.
the next session.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And